one of 146. Don't know if you guys can see that. Should have started earlier. Use your right hand, actually. We love buttons, we don't want touchscreens. I mean, I think they were also going to be a little bit scared. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today you join me on a lovely drive in this Porsche Panamera S. And it is not just any Panamera S. This is one of 146 manual Panameras. They made 96 V8s, 50 V6s, all with rear wheel drive, and it is mega rare and super cool. So today I'm going to show you around it. We'll take a look at the spec and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Now, this is Michael's car. You can follow Michael on Instagram if you like. And this is actually his daily. He does around 20,000 kilometers a year with this car through Germany to Austria, stuff like that, to the Netherlands. And well, what a cool car to do that with. This is like a proper manual GT car in the most pure sense, because it's super comfortable, it's stylish, it's spacious. He does like 9.8 liters to 100 kilometers fuel consumption, which is very impressive as well. And well, it is just an awesome car to look at. I think, you know, this is a 2009 Panamera 970 generation, so it's the very first year. It had a facelift in 2013 and then it was replaced in 2016. The first generation Panamera, I think a lot of people didn't really think it was very good looking, including me, especially the rear end. I thought was a bit weird. Front end, I think was pretty good still. I mean, very handsome actually. Love those wheels as well. But the rear end has grown on me as well. I don't know what that is. Maybe a bit of nostalgia. But hey, so we've got typical Porsche headlights with a slight fried egg, a little bent there. They were like, maybe, no. But it does look cool. This is carbon gray, so it's a very dark gray. And it has a beautiful brownish tint to it, especially when the sun hits it. So that's very cool. And I love these wheels. They look stunning on this car. Very restrained, very basic, but still Porsche enough and sporty enough to be a proper wheel for this car. 255 tires at the front, 20-inch. Behind that we've got the silver calipers for the brakes and Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, which is great. Air suspension. We've got chrome trim around the windows, which is stunning. And then you have 4 proper seats. So you can't really take anyone in the middle there, I think. No, this is just an armrest. So not the most practical car, but very stylish to do trips in with 4 people. That is very nice. And the owner, the first owner of this car, also spec'd the extended leather and like the high grade leather. So you have this beautiful espresso brown leather going all around the car, and it's everywhere, which is really nice. It's a beautiful color combination with the dark gray, which has a brown tint to it as well. Don't know if you guys can see that, but it's in good condition as well. It's 15 years old. Looks good. So it doesn't have the sports exhaust, which would make it a little bit louder. This is very quiet. This is very civilized. Little bit of a spoiler there, and then a pretty big boot. So like quite a practical car. And then the engine, which is the 4.8 liter direct fuel injection V8 with Vario Cam Plus. So that's variable valve timing, but you can hear the sound changing of that cam opening. It is just a really cool sound. The engine it's quite large. It's also almost entirely in front of the front axle. Now, of course, it's quite an old school engine, so it has 400 horsepower, 500 newton meters of torque, but max power is at 6,500 RPM. So you need to push it to get everything from it. Now let's have a look inside. Again, the beautiful leather everywhere on the doors here, and you have this great brown leather seat as well. Very weird combo with this light gray headliner, but it is quite a base spec car. So I think money was spent on things that the first owner thought were important. And I have to say, this extended leather, this brown leather that is super soft and all around the car, it does make it feel very luxurious and also a bit less old than it actually is, I think. It's a very good interior. I love the center console with all the buttons. When it came out, people thought it was just overload in buttons, but nowadays, you know, we love buttons. We don't want touchscreens, so this is really great. And then, yeah, you actually have to insert the key. So let's start it up. 6-speed manual. You would also find this gearbox in the Cayenne. They also made very few manual Cayennes, and I do get it. I do get why most people would go for an automatic, a PDK, a Tiptronic, whatever it's called back then. But this is a special combination. A V8 manual, big luxury saloon is very special. You don't really find that anywhere anymore, and I mean, it's even hard to find it from back then. I mean, imagine a 7 Series, like a proper 750i or an S63 with a manual gearbox. That would be unheard of. So we're going to enjoy this V8 super saloon on a nice little B-road drive. So Michael told me hit sport because otherwise it sucks. The throttle mapping changes, and this is way better to drive, and first gear is a bit weird, so go into second quickly. So we'll try that as well. PSM off. So it has an open diff, no limited slip, but it has enough torque to kind of slide around a little bit. Probably not to sustain massive drifts, but that's not bad. Wow, this is like a driving experience like none other. I mean, where are you going to find something like this? An M5 F10 was also delivered with a manual gearbox. That's one of the very few saloons I can think of that are, you know, relatively modern. It even sounds lazy. Oh, why are people so stupid? More people should have just spec'd this. I mean, I think they were also going to be a little bit scared of residual values, because most people wanted automatics anyway in this category. But that is one hell of a gearbox as well. Gear changes are super slick. The right amount of feel, as we're used to from Porsche. Oh, that is miles better than a comparable automatic Panamera S would feel, especially after 15 years. I think this is just going to feel a little bit less old as well, because the manual, it doesn't change, right? This manual 15 years ago, it's the same as it is right now, whereas automatic gearboxes, they evolve every, what is it, 2 to 4 years probably. So you end up having an older feeling gearbox a lot quicker. So this sits right in between the regular Panamera 300 horsepower V6 and of course the Turbo and Turbo S with 550 horsepower. But this is the better experience, although a turbo manual Panamera would also be incredible. It's quick, it's more than quick enough. And of course, because max power is at 6,500 RPM, you have to work it. And it gets a nice raspy note when you get above like 5,500, 6,000 RPM. but still maintaining, you know, that comfort that you want in a Panamera. Sports exhaust was optional, would have been great. But volume isn't everything. It's about the tone, and the tone is good in this one. It's nice and deep. It has a dark, like, growl to it, which is great. All right, so let's hit the Autobahn. Brakes are not bad either. It weighs 1845, so it's not even that heavy for a car of this size, especially, you know, with a big V8. Top speed 285 kilometers an hour, but apparently it does need quite a bit of space to reach that, so probably not going to hit it today because it is quite busy. So we'll give it a go for the 100 to 200 over here. It's a bit too late maybe, but have to manage with the space. 11.4 is what we did with the Panamera GTS from 2013, and this does 12.75. What? That's not bad. Of course, the GTS is a little bit heavier with the four-wheel drive and the automatic gearbox, about 100 kilos. This is rear-wheel drive, 12.75, but we can do quicker than that, definitely. But we'll see if we can get some space over here. You don't need that much space to do 100 to 200, of course. Let's do 90 something. Here we go. Shift at 6.5. There we go. 12.7. But hey, that's not really important. That's not why you buy this car, right? This is about just being a cool Porsche driver, I think, and standing out. I think, you know, there are so few cars that you can actually pound for pound spec-wise compare to this, on paper even, but driving experience-wise, it is a massive difference. It just feels like a completely different car. It's so much more involving to drive, but the fact that you get to operate that V8 with 3 pedals, use your right hand actually, learn to drive the car as well. I mean, the longer you own the car, the better you get at driving it. Learn about, you know, how hard can I push it? Stuff like that is just better with a manual gearbox. I think cars in general are better with a manual gearbox, 90% of them. The beautiful thing about having a 4.8 liter V8 is that you still have some proper torque down low. So this is 6th gear, 150, 160 kilometers an hour, full throttle. It needs a bit of time to wake up, but once it starts going, it's like a freight train. It's a very satisfying way of accelerating, because it sort of just keeps going at the same tempo and then starts going a little bit quicker. So this is 5th gear. We'll see if we have some space on this side. He's also doing a top speed run, I think. Nice going, buddy. So 5th gear for motorway speeds is actually very nice. It's super strong. Man, I love this car. I think the whole save the manual thing started a little bit too late. We should have started earlier, so we could have saved some gems like this. Lucky. 0 to 100, by the way, is 5.6 seconds. Don't think I mentioned that earlier, which is 0.2 of a second slower than the automatic version, which is actually not bad, I think. And you've seen, I mean, I'm totally ruining Michael's petrol stats over here. His fuel economy is dropping quickly with me behind the wheel on the Autobahn, but you heard it here first. 9.8 liters on average over 255 kilometers, so that is seriously impressive. All right, so last bit of free Autobahn, I think, for this afternoon, and we'll see if we can get a proper gap here. Third and fourth gear for the 100 to 200. Can't seem to get past 250 for too long, so that's it. Going to let off there. Don't want to keep stressing these brakes either. They're getting hot as well. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Massive thanks to Michael for coming and letting us have a go. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out this video, this playlist, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.